So we left off working our 4 count, bridging with a 3 count into another 4 count. So we went 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, back and forth, back and forth. I still want you to make sure you get reps on that, and I'm going to come back to the 4 count at the end of this video, and we'll really hit it a little bit harder in terms of elevations of the striking in next week's video. But for right now, what I'd like to make sure we cover one more time is the elevations of heaven 6, or the 3 count. So we have inward, then back in, then inward, then back in, and then back in. All right. I've ran through these in detail in our previous video, so I'm going to go ahead and just link to that. If you haven't seen these yet, seen the variations of high, high, low, and all that kind of stuff, you'll see them in a mixed up order in this video. So I'd like you to try and go back and watch that previous video so that you get a better, more detailed explanation. Now, one thing that I really like doing is combining one set of elevation on one side and the other set of elevation on the other side. So it gets a little bit mind-numbing and confusing at times, and that's kind of the point. I'll also try and link to a video called Cognitive Kali, and in that, they talk quite in depth on just what goes on in your brain that actually allows your brain to heal itself, allows your brain to make new passages, and it really helps. Guru Asano tends to call this the fountain of youth. So I trust that guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on either left or right side. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and start off on the right side, and we'll do 3 highs. High, high, high. And I'll just do the inverse of that. I'll go low, low, low on the left side. High, 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 low, low, low. High, 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 low, low, low. High, 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 and low, low, low. Okay? I can switch it over here at that time and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So that way I'm starting both high on the right and high on the left, and I'm finishing low on the right, low on the left. Trying to make sure I cover all my bases here. Make sure I'm as balanced as possible. I don't want to get a ton of repetition working all high here and all low here, but not actually counteract it on the other sides of my body. Now the next one we're going to cover is high, low, high, and then low, high, low. So I hit a high, I hit a low, and I hit a high. And then on this side here, I'm going to hit a low, a high, and a low. So it's a high inward, low back in, high back in. Low inward, high back in, low back in. High, low, high, low, high, low. High, low, high, low, high, low. So if you haven't noticed by now, you're getting a lot more squat practice in here. And that's also good for you. Get those joints moving. If you have a hard time because of your knee, instead of squatting, drop a leg back when you do the low line. That'll help out your knees quite a bit. So to balance it out, we'll go low, then high, then low, to high, to low, to high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, and low, high, low, high, low, and high. Okay? Next set is high, high, low, 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 high. So we'll go high to low, to low, to low, to high. High, high, low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high. I'll slow this down because it looks like my sticks are blurring a little bit. Low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high. Okay? Now swap it out over here. I'm going to get high, high, low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high. All right. And then the last set of these is going to go high to low, low to high to high. So this one here is high, low, 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 high, high. 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 One more time. Low, high, high. Switch to the other side. High, low, and low. Low, high, and high. High, low, and low. low, high, and high. High, low, 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 high, 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 low, 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 high, high. So obviously, even there, I'm getting a little bit jumbly, trying to watch myself here, make sure I'm framed all right. I'm also trying to make sure I'm doing a pattern that is a little bit confusing. And it's totally okay to feel a little clumsy with this because you probably will be, and it's okay. Now, I'm not going to spend as much time touching on this, but I wanted to make sure I also point out it doesn't have to be this pattern. I could do, let's say, high, 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 and go low, high, low. And go high, 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 and go high, high, low. I could do low, low, high, and I could do high, low, high. It doesn't matter which way you combine the right side and the left side. The only thing that matters to me is one, that you can do it and that you understand that it should be done. But also the fact that you're balancing your body. So again, don't get a ton of repetition up high here, down low here, but not high here and not low there. So make sure you're working evenly between both, or I guess all four sort of corners of your body. All right. Now, the next thing I want to make sure I touch on, and for right now, we'll stick with the basic, the heaven six. All three strikes on both sides are pointed to the heavens. So at this point here, if I had advertisers, this would be a good commercial break. But for right now, this is where I want you to just go back to working your heaven six pattern. So once you get into your heaven six pattern, again, I like teaching from a flow base. So don't just start off and then jump straight into it. Get into the flow, get moving a little bit, work your footworks that we've been hitting pretty hard. Get this going here. But then what I want you to do is I want you to do this from a squatted position. So again, if you have a hard time doing this with your knees, drop one leg back almost into a lunge, right? So work this in a lunge if you have bad knees. If you don't have bad knees, or you have decent form, make sure you stick your butt out and your knees are not over your toes. You want your butt out like so. I want you to work your heaven six pattern from a squatted position. Okay? My instructor used to have us do a lot of duck walk positions. So we have to heaven six across the room duck walking. So you're more than welcome to do that. And thank you for that, Guru Scott. This was always a difficult day when you said we were doing duck walks. Next thing what I want you to do is from your heaven six position here, I want you to just take a knee, okay? Whether it's your right knee, whether it's your left knee, it shouldn't matter, okay? What does matter is my knee's not in front. If my knee's in front, I'll do it this side here so you can see it a little bit better. If my knee's here like this, and I actually have somebody in front of me fighting me, I've just given them my foot, my shin, my knee. I've given them some great thigh shots. This is a bad spot to find myself in, okay? It's a big no-no. So if my foot's out front, I better be going this way or this way. So ideally, my foot is out this way. So I point my knee away from my target. So at this point here, I'm gonna face the camera. This is no. That is what I want, or that is what I want. So I bring a knee up, and I hit a heaven six. 4, 5, 6. I bring my other knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I show them that two different ways. All 6, and then switch your knees, or 3 counts on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And when I switch my knees, I'm taking my high knee, I'm dropping it to the mat, and as soon as it makes contact, I use my body to help spring that other knee up. Okay? Now the next sort of kneeling position I want you to be comfortable with is I want you to slide your leg back. I want you to sit down on your low knee angle. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Bring it up, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Up, back. 1, 2, 3. Up and back. 1, 2, 3. Up and back. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've worked kneeling a couple different ways. Now we get to work seated positions. Okay? So from a seated position here, again, I don't want my feet in between me and them right now. I have sticks to do that. So what I'd like you to, if you can, be in what we would call at the bottom of the group, the sandbut position, but I want one leg bent in front of you, the other leg bent to the side. Okay? So this is the position here. From this position here, work your heaven 6, 4, 5, 6. And then what I want you to do is either, we're going to, again, borrow from our seal-out groundwork here. Let's go ahead and do our windshield wipers. So roll up on your knees, swing your feet, roll back down. Now you're in the other position. So my left foot is curled to my left, my right foot is curled to my left. And then I work the 6 count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kneel up, wiper out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kneel up, wiper out. I can go 1, 2, 3, switch, 4, 5, 6, switch, 1, 2, 3, switch, 4, 5, 6, and switch. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and switch it. There's other switches you can do. If the wipers are no fun for you because you're on carpet or you have hairy legs and it's pulling all the hair out, that's for Taco, by the way. You can also seat spin. Be careful seat spinning because, again, you are going to bring your feet in front of you. But bring your feet around in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So that's how you would use your seat spins. There's other options you can do. So from a seated position here like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can use just what we call a cheek-to-cheek roll, okay? So in our seal-out class, we'll use this roll here a lot. So back and forth and back and forth. And this isn't a bad drill to get used to anyway. So at this point here, I hit my 1, 2, 3. I switch to the other cheek. 4, 5, 6. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to feel a little different because when we're working our seat spin reps or cheek-to-cheek reps like this, you have a hand to base on the mat. Here, you don't. So it's going to be a lot more on your abs. Okay? The next one I want you to do is lie on your back. Just flat on your back. Okay? So if I'm flat here on my back, I'm going to go ahead and turn this way. My feet are in between the person and me. Okay, I sit up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? At this point here, usually what we do is we walk with it. So I'm walking away. All right? I'm going to walk towards my head. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just kind of walk my way down the mat. And when I get to the edge, I sit up. And I keep this pattern going. I'll pick one of these switches and I'll start to slide back down. I go back. The other person has usually walked around me during our training drills, make sure I point that out again. And I keep this working, okay? It's a great ab workout. And the last thing I want you to touch on is lying on your side, okay? So if I'm here on my side, this is gonna be very difficult to not hit the mat. Okay, this is a good training drill. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I've got to get my phone out of the way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, and roll over to this side. Hit my other 6. 1, 2, 3, roll. 1, 2, 3, roll. 4, 5, 6, roll. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Now I'll do it facing this way so you can see. If I'm hitting my 6 count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I roll to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Roll to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've covered elevations of Siniwalli striking, but now we're covering elevations of your body itself. Now for the fun part. So now, again, for right now, let's just stick with just heaven, so all high, all right? So we're working all high, and we're getting to a rhythm. We might be working a footwork pattern that we want to work. And then for some reason, I decided I wanted to either bring it into a lunge or bring it into a squat. Then I drop into a knee. I might fade down into one of my seat positions here. Like so. Swing my feet, swing my feet, swing my feet, wipers and wipers. and I fall back. I move with it a little bit. I might spin in a circle as I'm doing this. And then I slide to one side. Yeah, if you have done much groundwork, this is going to look an awful lot like you're shrimping out, because you are. And now start working your way back through the rhythm. So I went from lying on my side, now I'm back on my back. Now I need to sit back up. Now I'm back in a seated position. Now I'm back in a kneeling position. Back in another kneeling position. Back in a squatted position. And back to standing. So, all of that can be incorporated in a very small space, all right? It's a great way of getting repetition on your Heaven 6 or any of these patterns that you set for yourself to work through this. I could have done the same thing high-low. It gets a little hard to do the low line on the ground, but it's a great way of getting repetition on a basic pattern. It's also a great way of getting a good workout. If you can't tell, I'm breathing fairly hard. Now, we will touch back on our 4 count with the 3 count in the middle, just like I had mentioned at the beginning of the video. But I want you to make sure you work different variations of the 3 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all high. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, all low. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, high, low, high. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, low, high, low. 1, 2, 3. I think that's the hardest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, high, high, low. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, low, low, high. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 high, 2 lows. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 low, 2 highs. 1, 2, 3. So that's an easy way of also incorporating the hand elevation drills from our Siniwalli patterns into our 4 counts. All right. We will again build off of the 4 counts next week with our videos, and we'll also play with some of the elevation of the 4 counts, both in your body as well as in your striking itself. So if you have any questions, please reach out. If you have any suggestions or requests, please reach out. I'm pretty open, pretty easygoing about this stuff. I want to try and help you as best as I can stay moving, and I'll give you what I got. So thank you very much, and enjoy your training.